Well, you can probably tell by the camo we're wearing today, but we're taking just a little bit of a break from the giant non-typical mule deer hunt and coming out here to Hemmeldal. So we're not after 400 inches of antler, we're after 650 inches of antler in the form of a reindeer, to be precise. That right there is a reindeer call, so hopefully that means things are setting off on the right track. So there's our bull. Not exactly super impressive, 220 to 360. Only got to be a little more than double that for what we're after. But we've got the Winter 300. I'm really not sure he's going to navigate this super steep stuff, so I think we're just going to take him with the rifle. Since we're right outside the outpost anyway, didn't drop him, but I think that's going to be fine to bring him down. And, what, 5 minutes in? Bull reindeer down. And all in all, not bad. Single lung this guy, and he's going to be a 243 score, so hopefully that's the smallest bull of the hunt, but one down that fast, I think that's a good sign. So we've got potentially a decent wood grouse coming in. Just disappeared behind that tree, but I believe that was the max estimate. Gonna get the binoculars because we need a little bit of a wider field of view. I think this thing's gonna pop up and be right in range, and frankly, I'm kind of tempted to go 357 on this because they spook pretty quick. Soon as he turns back up, depending on the range, I guess we'll make that call. Where did he go? Oh, he's gonna take off. I don't know where he was, but can save that with the 357. Look kind of bat flying away there, so maybe he's decent. That was one of the other draws, by the way, to Hemmeldal. We don't have a really good wood grouse, and in light of getting our second albino rooster pheasant recently, I was kind of interested in trying to get a trophy wood grouse. So this is 6.6 kilo. That's a nice one. 65.99 in fact. Probably, I'd like one 7,000 plus. 6,800 plus, I'd at least think about taxing. But that's a pretty decent one as we get going. Now, in reality, this hunt for a 650 plus reindeer, it's supposed to take place during the holiday event. Might have a group of reindeer, by the way, with these tracks. It seems that not only do more reindeer spawn during that event, bigger ones do, but there's nothing wrong with going out here now and maybe seeing if we can get ahead of it. Now here's the thing. The bull in this herd is 95 to 120 kilo. That's pretty low, and frankly, I wouldn't expect it to be 650 plus or anything like that. It's probably possible, so we'll track him down. At least we'll try to catch up to them before they get to the border. That is the thing with reindeer, of course. They can exit the border and they'll respawn elsewhere and migrate across the map again. So hopefully this at least leads us to something else if we can't catch them before they respawn somewhere. So we just caught up to them, but we did spook them. That's kind of a good thing because they can't actually like spawn elsewhere, like somewhere in the border, if they're spooked. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna go out of the border for sure, but they won't go anywhere. And if they calm back down, maybe worst case we can see the bull. I just want to know what we're working with. Best case we call him in and get a shot. Boy, did we choose the wrong spot. This bull's coming in right behind these trees. Doesn't look like, oh my goodness, it's smaller than the last one. I kind of had a feeling with that weight, but don't want to spook him again, especially considering what he is. And it seems like we're just using guns today, whether we like it or not. This is maybe one of the smallest bulls I've ever seen. Gonna weigh 104 kilo. Hard shot him, so there's that. 205 score. I know for sure they can score in the 100s, so it's not as bad as possible. But now we're way up here, and basically the plan had been, whether or not we actually caught up to that herd, we're gonna head down to this lake. I'm kind of thinking we'll fast travel to the lodge because that approach angle is better. It seems reindeer after some time in the hunt just kind of end up there, so hopefully there's some that are waiting on us. Well, that ain't a reindeer, but he might score. He's gonna score higher than the last one. He might score higher than the first one. What was it? 243. There's a real chance this reindeer has, or this roe deer has more antler than the reindeer we've shot. And here we are again using the 300. Fortunately, it's ethical for roe deer, but that's a great estimate, great looking roe. And I think we just shot the animal with the most antlers so far, and it's a dang roe deer. And I'll tell you what, potential for a pretty nice looking trophy shot. But just to clarify, you could probably see it with the animations. He was spooked. That was the need for the 300 there. Looks pretty good to me. Let's see. This guy's gonna be 27 kilo, hard shot, 238. So, the reindeer are off the hook for being tiny because it's not quite bigger than the first one. But, if we kind of set this up right, I think this could look pretty cool. So it's not exactly what I wanted. I was hoping we could see a little bit more out this way. But just the way the sun is, I think this is going to be as good as we can get. But a real giant road here, 238. And yet we have 2 reindeer that are in the 200s as well. I didn't see any reindeer up in this area. So I suppose we'll start to move kind of across the northern border. Another area that's pretty good for them. And just hopefully the next one we see maybe has some shovels or something good. Well, go figure. I think he's missing all his shovels. But there is a bull reindeer up there. I can't tell because they're trotting all around. It's just sort of a thing reindeer do. I'm not sure if they spooked when we shot the roe deer or if they're just doing reindeer things. But I saw pretty decent tops on him. So hopefully he's halfway decent. That is roughly 200 meters. So they should respond to a call if they're calm. And hopefully we can bring them this way. Maybe we can actually get some use out of the boat today. I mean, honestly, I think the game's trolling us. A really beautiful bull, not a monster, but a nice one. 3 broken shovels and that one singular point there. But let's get this shot with the bow. Hopefully we can drop him in his tracks. A little bit of a weird angle there. And yeah, I can't say I'm surprised that didn't drop him. I think we got single lung. I kind of thought I maybe heard... There's that clicking sound they make, and I kind of thought there was one maybe down this direction. Probably just from the same herd, because I don't see anything else. And then as for the blood here, it is single lung. So back to where we started with a single lung shot on a reindeer. But hopefully he doesn't go too far, and I can say for sure that guy's bigger than 238. Not really sure how he died facing that way. Unless he ran and then looped back a little bit. But definitely... nice to see an actual good-looking reindeer bull. Maybe 450, something like that. Tough to tell with no shovels. Got lung and intestine, 432 for him. 165 kilo too, a pretty heavy one. And it was, you know, just a little bit off of where I expected him to be around that lake. So that's what we like to see. And hopefully there's more where that came from. So kind of getting into a little bit of everything today. Got a bull moose 120 to 145 here. Stopped at a weird spot, but at 30 meters. As long as he stays there, which inevitably he won't, I think we could have made that shot, but if he gets a little closer and really if he would just face us, I'd feel a lot better about that chance for a heart shot. And when we are going for other things, thanks for stopping right behind that tree, when we can drop him with the bow, it's a lot easier to justify going in the next one. Must have just missed that. It's going to be double lung, so he won't go that far, but just can't quite get the bow to work out today, whether it's wanting to and having to use the gun, or just not quite getting those drop shots. Now I think in this case, we didn't really spook anything, we pretty much got away with it, and even the reindeer didn't run that far, but double lung at 16 meters, 127 score for him, and we're gonna try to basically scoot like up this direction now, just go into areas where in the past, we tend to find reindeer late in hunts. I mean, what is this hunt? There's a pretty decent brown bear just stuck here. Oh, okay then. I guess that's a better result than shooting him stuck. See if he's gonna either stand up or I feel like he's gonna move. There we go. Oh, that wind really pushed that left. He's still aggressive. That's, oh my god. Okay, that went well. That might be the stupidest kill we've ever had in the Hunter Classic. So when you shoot them, when they're like standing up, they'll still charge sometimes. When you shoot them when they're charging, they usually quit. He still ran through us. I don't know if either of those shots did anything. Second shot certainly didn't. First was right lung, so it would have got him eventually. And then the 300 round went straight through him, and once again, we used a gun. So anything near here is now gone. Actually, I kind of think we might have spooked a herd of reindeer. There's a male reindeer track just back behind us that's fresh enough I could believe they spooked. That one looks spooked. But the question is, where's the rest of the herd? Because clearly it was a herd. I would kind of imagine they're all stopped, you know, somewhere in the same vicinity, but I don't see anything yet. Oh, there he is. not super special once again. Certainly spooked. You can just see with those animations, weight pretty well matches. And you're not going to believe this, but we have to use the 300 on yet another animal. I think we've used like the bow twice. Should have been 3 times, but the brown bear didn't exactly cooperate with that plan. But I think that's our 4th reindeer bull now, which frankly is not too bad. That's maybe the female that we spotted. There should have been other ones taken off too, but I don't really know where they were. I'll make sure that was the track. That one that we have identified on the hunter mate, if that disappears, we'll know we shot the right bull. And it was too, like right at this double lake that we talked about. This time we got lucky though, because I know we spooked him right down to it. Got him through the heart. Really, the 300's been hitting today. This is going to be a 398. Frankly, that being close to 400 is better than I thought he'd be. Give this a second. See if that track comes off the map. Feels like any second it would. Maybe that was another one. It was right in that weight range and everything. But we may have another bull to go after. In the meantime, there's that female reindeer, so I don't think that has anything to do with what we're after. I mean, we still obviously spooked those, but looks like there's another to go and try to track down. Well, I can hear it. We just spooked all these reindeer like we did at the beginning of the hunt, but we ran into the exact same situation. We were just catching up to them right about the time we hit the border of the map, and now we basically gotta hope for that exact same thing. They can't spawn elsewhere when they're spooked, but we gotta get eyes on the bull, or maybe he calms down and we can bring him back in, but I didn't see him this time, and that's gonna make life a little tougher. I mean, what a bizarre hunt. Trying to catch up to these things, we got a huge brown bear walking right at us, and this is sort of a weird spot, so I really, again, hope we can drop something with the bow for once. Weren't able to get that shot in there, and I couldn't see where his vitals were. Okay, here we go again. When they're that close, sometimes they don't stand up, they just charge. It sounds like those reindeer may be spooked. There's no shot here. Ah, man, oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Can we please get out of the inventory? Hello. Hi. How are you still alive? Okay. It's not like a reindeer just tried to right past us. I don't know what is going on. I don't think they all spooked. I really don't know. So let's get this bear and then figure out what is happening. First shot was lung, intestine, stomach. Second shot, spine one basically is an insta-kill, but he still stood there for a minute. 26 score. I don't think they spooked. That clicking sound, it's more obvious when they're all spooking. It's really fast and consistent. It's more sporadic, so they might still be out here. But basically what they did, as we have one right here, maybe that'll be the bull, they spooked right along the border of the map. Important part being, we can kind of move into range. That's our guy. This hunt is dumb. I'm pretty sure that's the official diagnosis. Just the way everything's going down. How was that not a long hit? Did we hit the tree? Maybe. Gonna mark that and check it. And I think, unless we hit that one, this bull reindeer is gonna be our last kill. So 2 for 2 on preventing them from spooking, or at least getting out of the border where they would respawn. 496, by the way, makes him our biggest one of the hunt somehow. Just all the mass in that one shovel probably helps him out. And I don't even know what to say about this hunt. Just the way everything went, whether it was just constantly running after these reindeer, trying to catch up to them before they would get to the border and spawn elsewhere. The bear attacks, apparently we hit that, by the way. Just everything was really, really odd. So we're gonna try to recover this. It ran into the map, so we should be fine, and I do think that'll bring it down, but how is there fleeing blood but no, like, impact site blood? I don't even know. And there is our female reindeer, which, after all the good things the 300 has done, for whatever reason that shot didn't work out, we'll check out what actually happened there, and that is indeed gonna be our last kill. Looks fine to me. Maybe that was a tiny bit low. We'll put it in a trophy shot pose here and have it like standing up. Does that explain? I mean, maybe that's in front of the lungs. If it was a bit of an angle, I could see it. I really can't remember because everything happened so fast, but man, a giant roe deer today, 238. I think 4 or 5 bull reindeer. I want to say it was 5. And in addition to that, a really nice bear. Both of those bear attacks were just bizarre. And I think we're going to have to maybe add Hemmeldal to the list of places to come back to, maybe sooner than the holiday event. So, on that note, that is going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.